Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back once again to the Push to Pass F1 podcast. This is the final race review of the year. We have a new world champion. Mr. Lando Norris has become world champion for the first time. You probably haven't heard. It is not like it's been everywhere. And someone is not happy about that, are they?
Don't start putting words in my mouth. I think it was expected. I thought he'd get it done in Qatar. He made it difficult.
I mean, you predicted it. You
himself.
predicted him to win it, so.
I did predict him to win it because I just think the maths was on his side.
Yeah.
He did what he needed to do. I think that's kind of the mentality that he needed as well.
Yeah.
Just get it done.
And he's sort of had that mentality ever since, like, probably the summer break, really. I'd say Zandvoort, that when he had that retirement, it's weirdly just sort of kick-started him. And he's come back a completely different driver, but I'm happy for him, even though half the F1 world isn't.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's good. It's certainly a championship win. That's what it is. I don't know if it can be replicated though. He's not my title favourite for next year.
No, and you'll find that out in the off-season when we do our predictions, which I no doubt will be wrong. But also, in a little personal note, I did predictions on my TikTok at the start of the year, and I predicted Lando to win the title. So
I think most people did, didn't they?
Yeah, but I predicted Charles Leclerc to finish P2.
We all kind of start of the season expected this to be his year. We said quite a few times within the first 10 races, this was his chance, this is the year that he can do it, this is the year that he has to do it if he's going to do it. And in fairness to him, he has. It's been a roundabout sort of way, and probably not the way that he or most people envisioned. But the main thing is he's got it done.
I think we came out the first ever episode we did of this podcast, and I'm pretty sure we said this was like a new look for Lando Norris. We said that like he looked hungrier for success, and I think in the first half he was just very much. I think he was living into the fact of it was the first time he'd been like a favourite for a title, so he felt the need to overdrive the car.
There's something to do with that. I mean, we never really got to the bottom of what he was trying to get at towards the start of the year. He kept saying that the McLaren wasn't set up to him, and him and Oscar were getting completely different feelings with the car. I don't know whether that was like a dose of coke.
Conspiracy.
I don't know, because it suddenly just kind of died off, didn't it?
I think it was just different drivers, like different driver style. I think that's one of the things that sort of separates McLaren is the fact of they've got two very different drivers, but they can only build a car for one. Whereas if you look at, they have the same situation in Red Bull, but they clearly favour one over the other. I think McLaren just tried to sort of find a middle ground between the two, while still like making the best car they can.
Yeah, which I suppose is the best thing to do, because you don't want to be like a Red Bull where you've got an undrivable car.
No, but Surely he will take the number one, surely, won't
he? I don't know, because he's big on his personal branding, isn't he?
Yeah, we spoke about this before. We said that it feels like he's got the LN4 is a lot more marketable than like the Max Verstappen 1 or like the Max Verstappen 33 and that.
I like him too, because I like when a champion does.
Yeah, I think I'd personally them just get rid of the number one and allow the title holder to have something else on the car, because I think having the one like we saw with Max, it's good for the first year, but then if you win like 4 on the bounce, it just gets boring.
Yeah, I suppose.
Did you because Lewis never took it, did he? He always stuck with his 44, so it's whether they like, I don't know, let them have a special like livery or helmet or whatever, I don't know. But no, I'm very happy for Lando. He's proved a lot of people wrong, me and you included. I think it's quite fair to say we've been harsh for him over the year, but also when he deserved his praise, we have given up to him. So congratulations, Lando. Moving on to the two, which obviously unfortunately lost the title. I think how would you have rather lost the title? Would you rather have lost it like Max or like Oscar?
Definitely like Max.
Yeah, I think Max, because with it being only 2 points as well, and listening to his radio after the race, he was like, I'm not even disappointed because we literally did everything.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, he also went out winning the
Yeah,
race, so he to the very end did all he could. And it is out of your hands. When you're fighting against the numbers, it's not just about beating them on track. So I think Max, I think he's already said that he's proud of his performance this year. The one thing that I do think though is, was it Spain when he had the head loss and just drove into George?
yeah, that was when I think he lost like 12 points that day.
You look at those points and you think, well, if only.
Yeah, and this is my next point. I'm going to go on to a lot of simple-minded F1 fans, I'll call them. If you look back on the season, and this is probably for a learning lesson from a lot of newer fans for F1, please do not pick out little incidents that'll change a world championship. The simplest way to change it would have been Red Bull to have a competitive car from round one, and Max probably would have walked it.
Yeah, you can't. I agree with you completely. I mean, you can look at things and think, oh, I mean, the reason why I bring up the Max incident is because that is something that you could quite
Oh yeah,
easily control.
that the Spain incident is 100% like a thing you could say. Well, if he didn't do that, if he didn't have that rush of blood, but like I've seen people say like the Kimi stuff last race, the Oscar breaking under the safety car in Britain and all that, and it's just and like Kimi taking out Max in Austria, and I'm just like, there's so many other things you can point a finger at. Don't point them at that.
Can't you can't look at things like that. Like lots of people have been saying about the swapping of positions between Lando and Oscar. Realistically, it happened. It doesn't mean much.
No, and like people, that's the other thing people always say, and they're like because it's the Monza one, they tend to point they tend to highlight, and they're like, oh, that's the reason why Lando won the title, blah blah blah. I think ultimately you've got to realise it's one driver against a team rather than three. If it was three separate constructors, it'd be a different story.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
But yeah, unlucky for Max. Oscar, I think it's people will say, everyone online will do the whatever, he bottled there, he fumbled there, he dropped the ball, whatever. But people need to realise this is Max's 11th season, it's Lando's 7th, and it's Oscar's 3rd, which
He's got time on his
which
side.
ultimately is actually quite scary.
Yeah, it is. I can't remember if it was Crofty or Brundle said that no doubt he's going to win a world title.
It was Martin, because he was like, he just sounds so cool, and he's like, even if he doesn't win it tonight, I have no doubt in my mind that he will win. To be fair, he didn't even say he'll win one, he said he'll win more than one, I think.
I mean, you can never account for who's up next. You know, there's always someone better and there's always someone new and shiny. But you look at the grid right now and you say that he's the next one.
Yeah, I'd say
His time will come.
I think his time is already here for next year. No, I think he is the natural sort of next in line who hasn't got one. But also, it's quite a sad fact that I saw someone. The biggest thing that I'm seeing people compare it to is the fact that Lando has won a title before Charles.
That is, yeah, it is one of those. Isn't it? It is.
And I think it's just a case of right place, right time.
But it's hard that I do have admiration for Lando because you look when he joined the McLaren Junior program, they were one of the worst cars on the grid.
Oh yeah, they. When did he come into F1? 20.
He was first season was 19, but I think he's been part of the driver academy since 17.
Yeah, he'd been there for a while, but even in 2019, they weren't a great car.
And there's a lot to be said for that. That he stayed with them, they've developed, and now he's delivered them a championship, first one since Lewis. That's a nice story.
And even more when you look at the fact of like I know Christian Horner's been quite big about how like they had the opportunity to sign him at Red Bull and how he thinks he'd be like the ideal partner to Max, blah blah blah. We've always said it's a really nice story for Lando to win the World Championship with McLaren, and just you could see it in the way he finished the race yesterday. We will speak about other stuff after what happened after the race and how he wasn't the best, but you could just tell it was pure raw emotion from Lando and his family, to be fair.
Yeah, it's one of those, like, I suppose we'll talk about it. It was quite underwhelming.
Yeah, we'll move on to that. Crofty, there's something to be said there.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was when you know someone's going to win a world championship. I suppose you prepare for it. But when you've got a three-horse race, I mean, I know, like halfway through, you knew who was going to win, but maybe he just didn't have anything written down in his head
Well,
or whatever. But it all just fell a bit flat.
who's the F1 TV commentator? Is it Alex Jacks? Let me just have a look. Because yeah, Alex Jacks, he used to be. What did he used to do commentary for? I think he used to be the F2 commentator. He did the commentary for F1 TV, and his commentary was like, it was what you'd expect from like someone winning a world championship for the first time. It was like really emotion. It was like really nicely worded, everything like that. But it just felt like Crofty sort of said, he's been in F1 for a really long time, and now he's a world champion.
Yeah, maybe that's got something to do with the fact that he didn't know he was going to win beforehand. But I don't know. There was like, I hate the word, but there was no aura about it. Like he crossed the line, and it was like, oh yeah,
Aura farming.
Yeah, oh mate, I'd have lost my head if he started doing all this stuff. You know, all that.
Oh, yeah, I think it is. It's an interesting one, and ultimately, I think people will have people are already on the fence about F1 commentary as a whole and saying that it's a bit flat and dead. But I think you are right. There's the best ones of those are usually when like they know for a fact. Like if this was in Qatar last weekend, they probably would have been better.
Yeah, I don't know. There are like lots of stuff about this title reign. Like, I feel like the narrative into next year isn't going to be Lando Norris title defense. It's going to be who's going to take the title off Lando.
Yeah, I think it's going to be more Max's comeback potentially, or like Oscar winning it for the first time. But I think that might also be a bit of British media bias. Because we'll do everything but... Well, certain people will do anything but praise our...
Yeah.
But no, just finally, before we move on to the race in general and away from the title, I think, although the finale was disappointing, it's probably been the best title fight we've had in a long time.
Yeah, narrative wise and like the twists and turns it's taken, it has been good. It's been refreshing from the last couple of years of just pure dominance.
It'll make a good Drive to Survive.
It will. Do you know what? I haven't watched Drive to Survive for years. I don't think I watched past season 3, but I think I'll probably tune into this year's.
Did I watch last year's? I don't think I did. I've just fallen off there. But yeah, right, moving away from the title, we need to talk about Abu Dhabi. Because that race was, it was bad.
You sat down, the lights went out, and it was like, I don't know about you, but I held my breath the first corner, because I thought if anything's going to kick off, it'll be now.
Yeah.
Nothing particularly happened.
I watched that first lap, and I was like, oh, this could like make or break something, and then it all went calm, and I was like, oh, well, Lando's winning.
And then, I suppose the next kind of bit of action that happened was between Lando and Yuki.
Can you call that action?
Well, we're clutching at straws, but I suppose it's big for what could have been the narrative of, we could be having a completely different conversation if Yuki could have held Lando back for a few laps.
Yeah, because the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc weirdly had pace for no reason whatsoever. But
very quick.
Ferraris in general had pace because Lewis came back for the field quite well as well. So, but yeah, that Yuki incident. I agree with Yuki's penalty, but Lando was lucky to get away with it.
Yeah, do you think they kind of just glossed over it because Yuki had been weaving?
I think they did that, and also I think they pretty much went, we don't want a championship to be decided in the stewards' room.
This year?
Say it,
but,
and also because it was the second Red Bull. If that was a Haas, I reckon they would have gone, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, true.
Because then everyone would go the narrative of, oh, well, next time, why doesn't just Oscar spend the rest of the season crashing into Max all year?
Deploy him to crash into him. Every first lap just gets T-boned.
It's lights out. Oh, he's killed him already. Yeah, I think that was because they've already been under a lot of criticism this year for how they've like policed F1 and how they've gone around everything with like the penalties and stuff. And I think the last thing they needed was a Lando Norris losing the World Championship because of a 5-second time penalty.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like I get it. You don't want it decided through penalties, but he did overtake him off the track.
Yeah, and he definitely could have gone the other side of Yuki when he left a lot of room. But I say, like you said, we're clutching at straws a bit for trying to get something from the race. I think it was literally just the fact Yuki decided to slalom across the straight.
Moving on slightly, if Yuki had been successful in holding Lando up, which is entirely possible at a racetrack like Abu Dhabi, especially the second
Yeah.
half, it is hard to make a move. And obviously Leclerc had pace. Do you think Leclerc would have forced a move on Lando? Because I'm not sure he would have.
I think he would have gone for it in the sense of he wouldn't have just sat behind Lando because he likes him. But I don't think he would have like slung a dive bomb at the inside.
Because there is some form of expectation when it comes to passing people who are in a championship that you're not involved in, which I'm all for.
Oh yeah.
But at the same time, I do feel like there is like too much wide respect through the whole grid.
I agree with what you say in the sense of like, say if Max was just pit and like Colapinto or something was behind him and slung a switchback and took him out of the race, that's mental. But I think there should be a sort of common ground where the top four have freedom to do whatever they want. In the
Yeah.
sense of Merc, Ferrari, well, going off this season, Merc, Ferrari, Red Bull, McLaren, no matter like the championship picture. Like if Kimi was chasing Max, he's got every right to like just absolutely go for it.
Well, just imagine a world where Max is leading, Norris drops down to P4. Obviously, that gives Max a championship. But then Leclerc is right behind them, can make the move, but decides not to because he likes.
Yeah, that's woke.
That's fixed then. Like that, you're manufacturing a bit of a not just.
I think Charles is competitive enough. He still would have gone for it.
I hope so. I mean, you'll never know now, but that's just a hypothetical sort of thought.
What do you reckon would happen if he did though? Say if Charles did take out Lando, obviously like racing instant, whatever. He doesn't just like drive into him and doesn't brake, but like he just sends one and takes them both out. What's the sort of punishment then for Charles? Because if you take another,
Lots of crying fangirls.
well, no, but if you take another championship contender, so if Max took Oscar out, they're technically allowed to exclude Max from the championship. If they deem it's for sporting advantage, isn't it? Because they did it with
Yes.
Schumi got it done for, was it Villeneuve or Hill?
I know what you're on about. I don't know who it was.
Yeah, he just like, I think Schumacher got done for it twice actually.
Different back then though.
Yeah,
But
when F1 used to be pro.
it's different for Leclerc because he'd have nothing
Yeah.
to lose. Like they can disqualify him from the championship, and he'd probably be happy.
He'd go, yes, mint.
I don't know. I mean, obviously Norris is out. That's it. It'd probably just be money. I reckon he'd just get a massive fine.
Yeah, or they'd potentially like carry over something for next season.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of penalty points. And a
Moving back to Yuki, do you think if they kept Liam, they would have potentially had a different outcome?
fine. I don't think so.
Because who would you say has been the better of the two?
So hard to say. I mean, you got to look at their Red Bull performances, not their V-Car performances. In my opinion, Liam had 3 races.
Liam had 3 races being a rookie in a top team in a car that was awful.
If they'd had half the season each, then you could give a fair.
I think we
assessment,
said when the news broke that he was getting demoted. I think we said then like this should have been a half-season job.
but because you don't know now. If they'd both had half a season, Liam could have been way worse than Yuki, and then you'd rather Yuki in the V car.
Yeah,
But now you're taking a risk, getting rid of Yuki. Well, they're not, as he's going for a test role.
yeah, he's going back into the reserve thing because they haven't got a reserve now, have they?
Which is probably for the best. We did say that IndyCar would be career suicide.
Hey, someone else has gone to Indigo. Mick Schumacher.
He has,
He's
yes.
joined up with Ray Hall Lanigan, I think. But yeah, he's pretty much said goodbye to his F1 career. Then.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm not surprised. I think that was already gone, which is sad. But
Yeah, I It's hard to call, but it would have been interesting to see what Liam could have done if he was given the full time. Because I think this year he has looked raw quicker, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have been saying, imagine if it was Sergio Perez. Because you could say what you want about the end of his tenure with Red Bull, but he was a good teammate.
Oh, he was always up in that. He wasn't always qualifying there, but he was 9 times out of 10 within the top 8, probably.
I have no doubt that if it was Checo in that second car, he would have held Lando up.
Oh yeah, because he did. Well, we saw what he did with Lewis, and that was that was when he was in a slower car.
So you look at that, and then you think, well, that could have won Red Bull the championship. But yet again, you can't keep chasing back.
If buts and maybes. What if they had Daniel Ricciardo? What if they kept Seb? What if? Oh, also we might be getting rid of Helmut Marko.
Is that a thing?
Apparently, they're having a meeting to. Oh, we also probably should discuss. Before we went live with this, we were also speaking about the fact GP, I think, is reportedly going to be stepping back. Well, no, not stepping back, stepping up, really, going into a sort of management role. And that could have implications of us seeing less of Helmut Marko. Hopefully. Especially with the certain driver they've got coming in to VCarb, who nearly won a double header in F2.
Did see he won that? He won a race.
He won the sprint, and then the feature race was absolutely mental.
Yeah, Dirksen won the feature, didn't he?
Lindblad pitted with 3 laps to go. Right, so we're not going to do driver ratings today because nothing really.
Well, then why, Max?
Because nothing happened in the race, and we thought instead of doing that, we'll give you a little treat. So what we're going to be doing today is something to prepare you a little bit for the off-season and what we're going to be doing in the off-season. So today we're going to be ranking the drivers this season in a tier list. So we've got all 21 drivers that we've had this year, even Jack doing, someone managed to get in. And we have best, very good, good, decent, below expectations, and worst. Are you ready, kids?
Let's do it.
Right, Jack.
Should we go?
Do you want to
Are we going bottom?
I'd go
top.
I'd go bottom up.
Okay.
Because I
let's
think
do
the
it.
bottom is going to be a lot easier to filter through.
Okay.
Jack, do one.
We'll have to put him in worst because he just. I mean, he didn't get a fair whack, but also
He wasn't.
he can't be anywhere
He wasn't
else.
great, was he? Colapinto.
For me, I'd put him in below expectations.
Yeah, I don't think he's been lucky. I mean, good, but he hasn't been dreadful given the car he's been given.
Well, I just think why everyone fell in love with him and the idea of him was that he was in that Williams last year, and yeah, okay, he couldn't stay out of a barrier, but he was rapid. Like he had that pace, and he was like a firecracker. Like he really looked like he could extract something from a bag of nails, which is what all the best in the world.
He was either triple purple sectors or he was putting in the wall, wasn't he?
Whereas this year, I think perhaps maybe it's got in his head that he can't crash all the time, which is true, but he just hasn't looked that same sort of driver.
No, and like, I also think the scenario he came in wasn't the best because like even reports of after like 2 or 3 races, they were like, oh, we might get Paul Aaron in, we might get like Bottas. Yeah, I just think they've got him for next year, so it'll be interesting to see what he does. This will be an interesting one. Gabriel Bortoleto.
Yeah.
Try not to put your biased hat on.
I've got 2 answers. Can you hear both?
I can probably, yeah.
So I want to say good. Because I think in some parts of the season he has been good. But I also want to say below expectations. Because before the season, me and lots of other people had really high expectations for him. What do you think?
I think he's in good.
Yeah.
Because he's a rookie in a Sauber and he scored 19 points. And you look at the people he's behind. He's behind Gasly on 22, Tsunoda in a Red Bull on 33, Lance Stroll in a 33, Ocon on 38, Lawson on 38, and then the next rookie is Behrman.
He's not miles off, is he?
No, and he's... Look, he had... I think his start to the season was below expectations. because it took him a few rounds to get going. But I think he's shown that he is a real talent.
Just looking at qualifying head to head, because this will give me.
I think they finished 12 all.
Oh, he's in good.
Yeah,
then.
I will double check, but I think Max and Alonso whitewashed, and I think they finished head 12 each, because he was in Q3 this weekend. Yes.
Can't work out this website.
To head.
Oh, 12-11. Bortoletto beat him.
Right, you can go on good then.
Yeah.
Pierre Gasly.
That is good.
Pierre Gasly.
This is going to sound unfair.
Right, here we go.
Now that is unfair, but I'm going to say it anyway. It's below expectations, but that's not his fault. That's the car's fault.
I agree. I'd put him above Colapinto though.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've not delivered him a good package at all. That Alpine is horrific. And they clearly don't want to be in the sport anymore.
Yeah, I'd say there's a foot out the door, surely.
Well, they're already going to Merc next year, aren't they? With engines.
Yeah.
But Gasly's meant for so much better than this, man.
True.
He's such a good driver.
I'd love to have seen him in a Merc.
I
think
the Red Bull move went far too early. I think everyone.
Yeah, but then like his stock was it 2020, 2021. His stock was so high.
Yeah, it was that him and Yuki partnership. 2020, he sort of built it back up after 2019. But 2021, people were talking him as like top 5 drivers on the grid.
Yeah, like his PR was unreal. Like at that time, realistically, now you look back, he should have gone to Williams. If that was ever on the cards, that's where he should have gone.
Yeah, or he should have gone to a team that had some sort of like long term. And to be fair, you can't even blame him for going to Alpine, because that Renault to Alpine sort of switch, they were still good.
Yeah.
He's only 29 though.
Yeah, this time.
But I can't see him going anywhere.
No, we need to talk about the next man.
Best, I reckon.
I don't know what to say about this one.
I do. I think it's below expectations. I don't think it's worst. But also, he did come in round 3 or 4, and he's shown very little progression.
Yeah, I suppose if I look at it, I expected him to be better in a Red Bull. So I think below expectations is fair.
So he finished in a Racing Bulls. He finished 12th and 16th. Then for Red Bull, he's finished 12th, 9th, DNF, 10th, 10th, 17th, 13th, 12th, 16th, 5th, 13th, 17th, 9th, 13th, 6th, 12th, 17th, 11th, 17th, 12th, 10th, 14th. So a best finish of 6th in Azerbaijan.
Mate, like that is... You can't even... There's no even like trend in that. Like, those results are just all over the place.
it's like a bingo card.
It's not like he started horrendous and then gradually got better. It's not like he started good and gradually got worse. He's just been like anywhere. Yeah, I think below expectations is fair.
I think he's below.
I think it's got to be below Gasly.
But is he below Colapinto?
He could be. Because ultimately he's out the sport, so this season's been horrendous.
He's out the sport to get rid of him.
Yeah.
Has Colapinto scored points? No.
Oh.
I think he can go by. He can go below it.
yeah, that's fair.
Right, I've got a strong opinion on the next person.
I mean, at this point, do we just ignore him? Do we even put?
Should we have a new category for him?
Can we just put like
strong?
Just ass.
Well, he broke the record this year for the most Q1 exits.
Just no points since after the summer break, and I know the car's not great, but it's better than that.
Hey, don't lie, he scored points this weekend. He scored 1.
And then you look at what Alonso's done.
Remember the start of the season, for the first 2 races, we were genuinely convinced he was like one of the best drivers of all time. He got like back-to-back points, and we were like, do you know what, he might have an upturn of form, and then he finished 20th, 17th, 16th, 16th, 15th, 15th, 17th.
Wait, I think there is a push-to-pass curse.
So he's finishing the points 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times out of 24
Have
races.
you done that on purpose?
No, I've. Oh, right. You've got problems. To put that into comparison, Alonso has finished in the points every race. I think. No, he's finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, so he's finished in the points for nearly half a season.
Think, can it go in
Yes.
worst? Okay.
I don't care. I'm so
Yeah,
bored
fair.
of him being in the sport.
Okay, fair.
Esteban Ocon.
I've got an opinion about
I don't
this.
know.
I think he was good.
I was going to say decent. I think it's sort of what you'd expect. Like 40 points from a semi-midfield team. He got outscored by his rookie teammate.
Did. But I really thought he was going to be terrible. Like, I really
Did you?
thought he'd be at the back of the grid all
I
year.
thought he'd be decent.
Yeah, maybe that's just on me then. But my expectations for him was not good.
What was his best finish here? Do you reckon he's done better?
He's finished 5th, I think, or 4th.
He finished 5th in China. He's finished 7th in Monaco. And then 9th and 7th.
Yeah, I think decent's fair. All good.
I
We
think
can put him in
I
decent
think
for now.
decent. We'll definitely change. This is going to be an interesting one. Liam Lawson.
I'm gonna put it. Oh, it's like a tale of two halves, isn't it?
He didn't score points until Monaco, and then didn't score points again then until Austria. But then, since Belgium, he scored. He's finished 8th, 12th, 14th, 5th, 15th, 11th, DNF, 7th, 14th, 9th, 18th.
I know, but he comes out the season.
With a pretty
With-
decent run. And
Yeah, and like I think of him, and the connotations I'm thinking of aren't negative.
the bottom line way of me looking at it is Red Bull had to get rid of one driver and it wasn't him.
Yeah, and also I just think his season's been mismanaged, and that's not his fault.
No, and I think ultimately people forget he is still a rookie. Like, people go, oh, he did races last year and he did races in 2023. No, he's a rookie. Like, yeah.
I think he's indecent.
Yeah, above or below Ocon.
I'll put him. Who scored most points? We'll do it because they're quite close, to be honest.
Yeah, they are very close. They're on 38 each.
Hey, just put them next to each other. I don't care.
Ollie Behrman.
Very
good.
Bro had to sort it out at the start. Couldn't, like, again, a bit like Colapinto, just couldn't stay out of a barrier. And I think he loves the chaos, and it took him a while to kind of dial it in. And I think maybe just he had to dial it back was his problem.
Yeah, he's finished. So he finished. He finished 14th in the first race, and then he did 3 back-to-back points finishes, and then didn't score points for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 races. But then P6 in the Netherlands, P4 in Mexico, P6 in Brazil, P10 in Vegas,
He's had some cracking drives.
and
Um,
even
Pretty much ever since you said he wasn't good.
yeah, it's the push to pass Andy Curse in it. And also he's now got to the point where Martin Brundle is genuinely considering him as a ready option for Ferrari.
I wouldn't go that far, but he has had a good season.
I think he warrants is very good. Isaac Hadjar.
This one, I wish we had another category. I wish we had exceeded expectations.
I'd say do you want me to change very good to exceeded above expectations?
Yeah, I think that's
Better than expected. Oh no, I'll call it an overachiever.
Yeah, I like
Overachiever.
that.
Yeah, I think he goes in there.
And he's in that category.
I think, yeah, he's pretty much had the same season sort of as Behrman, but like 1 or 2 podiums. One.
I don't know
One,
now.
just in the Netherlands. But I think he was.
But I'd say you could say I don't know Wheel,
Oh, here we go.
but I really didn't expect this from him.
I did.
I thought the appointment of him, I thought was last minute because it was. You know, they didn't make a decision on Perez until quite late into the last year. And I thought it was almost just like he was the next man up, like he was just the one in line. They had to put him in. He had a, I mean, I know his last season in F2 was quite good, but he had a mediocre sort of junior career.
Yeah, I think people held him to a high enough regard, though, that warranted an F1 seat. And I predicted him to do very well this year.
He's been great. He's been so fast.
And now he's got a Red Bull drive.
And ultimately, yeah, I mean, you can see that Red Bull drive as a negative because you look at the running trend, but ultimately he's managed to secure a drive with one of the best manufacturers in sport.
And especially after the first round that he had.
Yeah.
When he was crying. Nico Hulkenberg.
Going best.
I think he very much could go in best.
Because I think this has been the best season of his career.
Well, he finally got his podium. He dragged the Sauber to 51 points.
He'd get out-qualified by his teammate. I find that mad.
Yeah, but he also outscored him by like 30 odd points.
He did.
And
I think
like
I'd put him in best. I could live with it.
Peter, he went on a run of going 5th, 8th, 9th, 3rd.
That was when he was, he was on crack. Yeah.
He's just done the ultimate midfield sort of role, isn't he? Of like, I'm gonna stay around P10, and then he'll somehow manage to end up like P6.
Done the perfect veteran season. Like, I bet Audi are so happy that they brought him in. Well, I know it wasn't Audi who brought him in, but you get what I mean. I'm sure they had some sort of gauge on.
I've also changed best to huge season because best sounds like you can only have one driver in it.
I'm just looking through all of his seasons in F1, and I think you can say, when you put context into it,
This has been his best.
this has been his best season in
Oh,
F1.
100%.
Maybe 2015 with the Force India might beat that. Or the year before, 2014. But I remember those Force Indias with the Mercedes power unit were quite good.
Yeah, they were. It was when that, if you had the Mercedes engine, you were pretty much just a rocket ship.
So, I'd say it's definitely up there with his best season. I think it's fair that we've put him there.
Fernando Alonso.
Oh,
I think it's good.
and I'd be unfair.
Oh, go on.
I think his season's been below my expectations.
Is that not hugely warranted to his car being a bit dead and also having the world's worst luck?
Yeah, but I know there's nothing he can do about that. But at the same time, we've done it for Pierre Gasly.
Yeah.
I just think you get, what's his name? Christ, what's his name?
What is his name? Adrian Newey?
Yeah, you've got Newey in. I know obviously they've not started plans on his car, but we weren't to know that. And you think, one last roll of the dice. He doesn't have that much longer left in the sport. You've got lots of money, experience. You've got good engineer. I expected a better season.
Yeah, and I think that is also fair to sort of. I think that's more of a testament to Fernando as well, because people hold him to that such of a high regard.
Yeah, 100%.
Punch my mic. Yeah, I'll put him top or below expectations. Carlos Sainz. This is a hard one to do.
Another one. Yeah, this is difficult. I think he couldn't be any higher than decent.
No, because his season has been so up and down.
Yeah, I wouldn't put him in good.
But also he has got like 2 podiums.
Has.
This is such hard to do. And to be fair, looking back on it, right, he DNF'd at the first rate, finished 10th, 14th, DNF'd, 8th, 9th, 8th, 10th, 14th, 10th, DNS, 12th, 18th, 14th, 13th, 11th, 3rd, 10th, DNF, 13th, 5th, 3rd, 13th.
It's that middle bit of the season that just killed him.
Yeah, he had a run from Austria all the way to Italy in Monza, where he didn't score a point over the space of about 3 months. I think he's indecent.
Yeah, me too. And I was just going to say, I think if you asked him, not that we would, but I
Yeah,
think
he
if you
got
asked
Carlos
him,
on
what do
speed
you
dial,
think
but
of your season? He wouldn't say, I've had a good season.
next up we have Alex Albon.
See, I'd put him in good.
I'd put him top of good. I'd put him above Borlao.
Yeah.
I think he's proven lots of people wrong this year, but also he has had
Yeah.
moments with interesting performance. We'll call it that. But ultimately, both Williams have finished best of the rest, so I don't think they can complain.
Yeah, it's been a good season for the team.
But if they don't back up next year, then it's useless.
Yeah.
Kimi Antonelli.
I'd put him in good. I wouldn't put him in overachiever because I had high expectations for him.
I'd put him good of overachieve. I'd put him in top of good, potentially bottom of overachiever, because I didn't have such high expectations. He sort of filled my expectations to begin with, and then this sort of end of the season's gone over it. Because I was like, my prediction was he's going to go really quick and just put it in the wall every weekend.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
I think he's done a lot to prove people wrong, especially in this second half.
I thought he'd be good because that car's good. And I thought as long as you can keep it on the track, he was going to get good results. But I just love how linear his season's been. Like, you can see in the results how he's got better.
Oh yeah, you can. This just an upwards trend.
Which is exactly what you want from a rookie. So I think it's been a great season.
This is going to be a more interesting one. Lewis Hamilton.
I'd put him in worse.
Way too in worse. Above or below Lance Stroll.
Purely because he got Ferrari's only win.
I'd put him above.
I'd put him above him. But I think it's been the worst season of his career.
It's factually been the worst, no?
So
Yeah, isn't this the only year he's not won a race? Don't count.
did he
Don't
win
count that sprint race win.
Did he win a race in 2009?
Hamilton, 2009 wins. Did Lewis Hamilton win a race?
Yeah, he must have.
Yeah, he said.
He must have.
Yeah, he won the Hungarian Grand Prix. So
Yeah, no, it's definitely been the worst season of his career. And I think just his whole PR in general is just gone down so much.
I think it's
So-
just because how much was built up around the move, and then it's just gone absolutely to pot. Charles Leclerc.
I wouldn't say he's overachieved. And I wouldn't necessarily say it's good.
He does have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He has 7 podiums in that Ferrari.
That's mental. I didn't realise it was that many.
Is it 7? It might be more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, he has 7 podiums.
Is that including sprints?
That's without sprints. So there's
Oh, wow,
probably
yeah, fair. You know what? That is mad.
This is going to be an interesting sort of thing. In terms of Charles' raw ability, I think it's been probably his best year.
Really?
Yeah, this year, this is the most impressed I've been with Charles in terms of
I would have
the
said-
car he has underneath him.
I think I understand what you're saying. I would have said 2019.
Yeah, but you can't count that because they had the legal rocket ship engine.
You know what? Put him where you want to put him, and I won't disagree.
I'd agree with you. I'd put him probably top of good, bottom of overachiever.
Yeah.
Because I think, especially looking at the car that he's given, he realistically probably should have been maybe where like Kimi is, given the struggles that Lewis had. Fourth place, George Russell.
Oh, Tough one.
I don't think it is. I think it's really easy.
What would you
Top.
put him?
I think he's had it's been his best during Formula One, and
It has.
I think he's been one of the best drivers on the grid this year.
Yeah, but he's still had a few like dead results, and they're not all his fault.
One, two,
Like sometimes the car just doesn't work. But I can't help but think there's so much more left from George that we've not seen. So I'm hesitant to put him in huge
he has
season.
9 podiums and 2 wins.
Yeah, but I don't know. Do you not see where I'm coming from? I feel like there's so much
No,
more.
I do, but also, I think the amount we've spoke about him on this podcast of just how good he's been. Like
Yeah.
I remember that the opening stint to the season, probably the opening quarter, we were both saying he's probably top 3 drivers on the grid at the moment.
Yeah, I can't argue that.
Yeah.
You've used my own words against me.
Oui. Oscar Piastri.
My problem is now, are we just going to lob these 3 in huge season?
No, because I think Oscar Piastri's overachieved this year. I don't think he's had a huge season.
Oh man, that's exactly what
Purely for, and I will say the same for Lando. I think it's because they've both not put a full season together. They've had one off. One was good in the first half, one was bad in the first half, and then they flipped.
I was thinking the same with Oscar. It on paper, yeah, it is a huge season. I was looking on his Wikipedia today, and you look at his Grand Prix stats in total now, and he's got 9 Grand Prix wins. Not many people could say they've got that many wins.
No,
Like,
and
it's a huge
I
year.
think if this was his rookie season or his second season, I'd say fair enough. I think you could put it slam dunk in huge season. But I think if you take the wider picture of the season into consideration and everything like that, I think him saying it's probably what you would have expected plus a bit more is probably fair. I think people would have expected him to probably be top 3 or 4 in the championship, wouldn't they?
Yeah, but then surely that means he's not overachieved.
Yeah, but I think the difference is I think people would expect him to be 3rd or 4th in the championship and not be in the fight.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I'm happy to put him top of overachiever.
I don't think we need to talk about this next one.
Yeah.
Go up there.
Yeah.
It's the best version of Max we've seen, I think.
Well, I don't know. It's difficult because you don't know how well he was driving in like 22. You know, when he just wiped the floor with everyone.
Yeah.
Like, because the car's so good, he almost doesn't have to try.
Do you know what's even mental is? He has the most wins and he hasn't won the title.
Yeah, that is cool. It is a huge season. I think just the comeback story is
Do you know
great.
what, this is something I found more impressive, right? In Hungary, he finished 9th, and I think the start was he finished a minute off the lead of the McLarens. He's not been off the podium since then.
It's impressive.
And like I remember the start of the season where we'd both be like, "Oh, it's going to be a McLaren 1-2," and then he'd grab pole and win.
Kind of doubted him until probably the last like 4 races, where we were like, right, yeah, he just keeps proving us
Well,
wrong.
no, I remember we reviewed the Australian Grand Prix, and we said that because it was Max closing out Lando, and we were like, do you know what? Max could have done it, but there just wasn't that bit in the car. And then he won in Japan, and we were like, and then the next few races we were like, I just don't see this Red Bull going anywhere. And then ever since the summer break, every episode we've gone, the car might not be there, but Max will be. And we've sort of held that to him. But yeah, I think he's been the best this year. And last but not least, Lando Norris.
See, going off what you said about Oscar, you're going to put him in overachiever.
I think I'm going to change my words, and I think I think he deserves to go in huge season.
Yeah, of course. He won a world championship.
Um,
To me, if you win a world championship, you've had a huge season. So
Really?
you've got to be in there. You've got to be
I'll
in
give
there.
that one away.
I love how balanced that is.
And also, do you know we said Lando was like a bit interesting at the start of the season? If you look back on it, he finished first, second, third, fourth, second, first, second, DNF, first, second, first, DNF, second, seventh, third, second, first, DSQ, fourth and third.
It's mad, isn't it? That I think the other cars closed in at the second half of the year, because you look at both the starts of the seasons that Norris and Piastri made, and they were just by far and away the fastest car.
Oh, we were fully convinced that them two would just run away with it. And luckily, Max, I think Max getting himself involved in the World Championship was better for them too, because it brought out more brought out more competitiveness between them.
Yeah.
Are you happy with our ranking?
Through it now, and I don't think there's anything I'd change.
So in worst, we have Lewis Hamilton, Lance Stroll, and Jack Doohan. I feel bad for Jack Doohan being there. I feel like he needs his own one. Below expectations, we have Fernando Alonso, Pierre Gasly, Yuki Tsunoda, and Franco Colapinto. In decent, we have Carlos Sainz, Esteban Ocon, Liam Lawson. In good, we have Kimi Antonelli, Alex Albon, and Gabriel Bortoleto. In overachiever, we have Piastri, Bayman, Hadjar, and Leclerc. And in huge season, we have Verstappen, Norris, Russell, and Hulkenberg.
I like it, Max.
I don't like Hulkenberg being in huge season anymore.
You know,
we've put him in there with a world championship. The driver who's probably had the best year of his career. I think we should limit that to 3. And I'd put it as Max, Lando, George. Because I think you could still call Hulkenberg's season an overachievement. And I think those 5 in there have overachieved.
Yeah.
And tell us we don't know ball again.
I don't think anyone would do a better job than that.
I think that is ultimately the way you can do it. But that has been our Abu Dhabi Grand Prix review and our tier list of the drivers for this year. Before we finish this, just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who has given us support so far this season. This has obviously been our first season of the podcast. I'm trying to get some quick stats up. We currently have 36 subscribers. We've published 102 videos. Our most popular, having 220, because you lot loved us talking about Lando Norris for some reason. And a whopping 58,274 views across all our videos and our clips. So it has been massive, massive support so far, and it has been a really fun season, hasn't it, buddy?
I've loved it. When I initially came to you with the idea, I was expecting to do a few episodes as a bit of fun to kind of finish off our second year at uni, and it's great to see how consistent we've been with it, actually, and it's grown into something that's just integrated into our weeks.
Hey, and don't worry, we're not leaving you abandoned over the off season. We've got stuff planned. We're going to have a little discussion over the next few weeks of what we want to do, but a lot of it will be this sort of stuff, the review stuff. We'll do some predictions. We'll do some, because we've got obviously new regs, we'll look into them a bit, and we have a new driver on the grid in Mr. Arvid Lindblad. We have a new team. So yeah, really exciting stuff, and we just want to say a huge thank you for all your support so far this year. But that is all we have time for today for this episode of the Push to Pass F1 podcast. If you've enjoyed listening to the podcast this season, don't forget to drop us a 5-star rating and a follow on Spotify. If you're on YouTube, drop us a like and a subscribe. It is massively appreciated. I have been Max for one final time.
I've been Reece.
And this has been the Push to Pass F1 podcast.